Good morning, good morning. It is Thursday morning, April the 11th, 2019. It's the 6th day of the first Hebrew month. I'm trying to straighten this out here. Good morning, everybody. My name is Daniel. I live here in Juneau, Alaska. If you are new to my channel, this is what I do. I preach and teach the Hebrew Jewish roots of the Christian faith on my website, spiritandtorah.com. I expose satanic pedophiles to investigative reporting on my YouTube channel. I provide satanic ritual abuse survivors a platform to speak out on. I protect the innocent children. And I lead a nightly Zoom room prayer meeting where brothers and sisters in the Messiah, we join together on Zoom to pray for President Trump, the nation, other subscribers, and each other. Hallelujah. All right, so Julian Assange, he was arrested today, and I will just read this brief commentary from Storm is Upon Us. He says, I expect Assange to be arrested, forced through a legal process of discovery, trial, and testimony, ending with an exoneration and his recognition as one of the saviors of humanity. It is a good thing that Julian Assange is being taken out of that embassy. Q has identified Julian Assange as being a very, very, very good guy. Snowden is evil. He's a black hat. He's a traitor. Julian Assange is a good guy. And Q has made that distinction many, many times before. For Julian Assange just to sit in that embassy in the UK under the Ecuadorian, immunity that was granted to him, that is not freedom. That is not exoneration. That's a prison. And Julian Assange has all the secrets on a lot of these high-level cabals, a lot of these satanic pedophiles. When Julian Assange was actually a part of WikiLeaks, I think WikiLeaks has now become co-opted by some bad people. But when Julian Assange was actually a part of WikiLeaks, way back many years ago, he was really the first one to open up the doors to Pizzagate, to show what's been going on with all this child sex trafficking with these satanic pedophiles. This guy's a good guy. And so we want him over here in the United States. We want him in the hands of President Trump. Because I believe, just like what Storm is Upon Us is saying, he is going to be exonerated. Now, optics are important, so they have to, show that they're being very, very serious about him and blah, 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 blah. But I do believe he is going to be in complete and total safety. He's going to be in the hands of President Trump and in his Department of Justice. And I think that we're going to see him eventually exonerated. And I think he's going to be a key player in exposing a lot of these satanic pedophiles. I think he's going to be one of the star witnesses. So that's what I believe is going to happen there. I don't think we need to be worried about it. I think we just need to be praying for his safety and praying that everything will come to light about what he knows. This other story was published just yesterday. Former Obama White House counsel expects to be indicted. This is from Newsmax. Greg Craig, who served as White House counsel for the first year of former President Barack Obama's first term, believes he will be indicted in regard to work he did for Ukraine several years ago. According to the Wall Street Journal, the Justice Department has kept Craig on its radar since 2012, the year he performed work for former Ukrainian Prime Minister Yulia Tymoshenko, who was on trial for abuse of power. Craig worked for the government of Ukraine through the law firm of Skadden, Arp, Slate, Megger, and Flom, LLP. So this article goes on and on about what's going on here. It's actually just a short article, but this is another indication that all the stuff that's coming out about Ukraine and about both Obama and Clinton and Joe Biden, by the way, working with Ukraine to tamper with the 2016 election, we're starting now to see that the wheels are beginning to turn. And he's definitely expected to be indicted. Looks like it's definitely going to be happening. Now, of course, he doesn't think that he should be indicted, and that's what his lawyers are saying, but it's happening. So another piece of good news and another proof that things are moving forward. This next story was published yesterday as well. Minnesota arrests 58 in child sexting during the NCAA Final Four weekend. Nearly 6 people were arrested in a Minnesota undercover sting operation for attempting to meet up with children for sex or for sex trafficking of minors during last weekend's NCAA Final Four basketball tournament, authorities said on Wednesday. Undercover agents from dozens of agencies in Minnesota spent Friday through Monday posing as children or sex buyers on various social media platforms. The agents chatted with suspects online and then arrested them when they arrived at an arranged meeting place for an encounter, the Minnesota Department of Public Safety said in a statement. A total of 58 suspects were taken into custody, while 28 victims, including one minor, were rescued from trafficking situations. Hallelujah! The suspects were not part of a single sex trafficking ring, said Jill Oliveira, a spokeswoman for the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension with the Department of Public Safety. These were separate instances where they either responded to undercover officers posing as sex buyers or undercover officers posing as minors. The sting operation occurred as tens of thousands of fans converged on Minneapolis for the semifinals and final of the National Collegiate Athletic Association Men's Basketball Championship, won this year by the University of Virginia. Some 47 people faced felony charges of solicitation of a minor or solicitation of prostitution with someone under 16 years of age. Another 11 were booked on probable cause of sex trafficking and promotion of prostitution, the agency said. This operation is an example of the aggressive steps necessary to stop traffickers and Johns who buy and sell people for sex in our communities, said Drew Evans, superintendent of the Bureau of Criminal Apprehensions. It involved more than 33 local and state agencies, along with Homeland Security Investigations, a unit of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. So again, this type of stuff wouldn't be happening if President Trump was not in office. Hallelujah. Most of the suspects were from the greater Twin Cities area, the State Department of Public Safety said, referring to Minneapolis and St. Paul. Authorities routinely conduct sting operations coinciding with large U.S. sporting events. During the week leading up to this year's Super Bowl in Atlanta, authorities arrested 169 people in a sex trafficking sting. So hallelujah. So this is happening more and more. This is just another example of some very, very good news about child sex traffickers being caught and apprehended. And of course, my opinion is that they should get the death penalty. All right, I wanted to play this from Representative Matt Gaetz. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right, but he delivered this fiery speech just, I think, a day or two ago. And I wanted to play it just because I think he does a really good job here.
For 22 months, my colleagues on the other side, many of them said there was actual evidence of collusion. And so now, clearly seeing that that is not true, we observe our colleagues moving through the stages of grief. Well, Mr. Chairman, you are now asking for documents you know you cannot have. And you're doing so in order to erode confidence in the Attorney General who leads the Department of Justice, because he has concluded that there was not collusion and that your principal Russian narrative was not truthful, was not credible. We were right, you were wrong, and the American people know it. You all were not telling the truth to the American people for an extended period of time. We were, and you should not be trusted. I yield back.
Boom. Hallelujah. So I just wanted to play that because that very succinctly shows where we're at politically with President Trump, this whole farce of a collusion, Russia collusion, and where we're going in terms of now going after the real criminals, the real satanic pedophiles who tampered with the 2016 election. Hallelujah. Okay. If you like what I'm doing, if you appreciate what I'm doing, if you think I deserve to be paid, this is my full-time career. So if you'd like to help me out, my PayPal link is right below this video. You do not have to be a PayPal user to use it. You can use it as a guest. That's the easiest way to send me a donation. I also have a Patreon where you can pledge any monthly tier you'd like. You do not have to necessarily pledge the tiers that I have outlined on my Patreon. And I have a P.O. box where you can send letters and donations, and I do always try to respond to those with thank you letters. Also, if you want our prayer team to pray for you, if you have a prayer request, please do not put your prayer request in the comments, but rather just unfold that description box, and as you hunt through the links, you will find my email address. Just email me your prayer request, and that's the best way for me to get it to our prayer team. All right, God bless you all. Thank you for all your prayers and all your support. and I will have some more news later today. Yah bless and shalom, shalom.